After so much city life, finally the sea. So much sea. Perhaps too much sea for someone who doesn't particularly love it and who prefers the mountains. But it's summer, and until 20 July, before returning to Taiwan, I will be exploring the coast of southern Thailand, from Phuket to Koh Phi Phi, Krabi and the islands of Koh Samui and Koh Phangan, hoping to avoid the rain as much as possible. But first, let's stay in the north for a moment longer. Pattaya. Sun, lots of sun, too much. The problem of the glaring light won't leave me in peace until the end of the great journey, but luckily here the parasols creates a veritable wall of shade, dense and substantial, which allowed me to play around with the light a bit, seeing it once again not as an obstacle, but as a tool. By darkening the shaded areas, I was thus able to frame some of the simple moments of classic beach life. But it is not just people who enjoy the coolness, even the pigeons do their best to escape the intense heat, following the dark outlines drawn on the sand, interpreting the city in their own way. The parasols then, together with the palm trees, organize the flows and movements, not just of tourists, but also of animals, including hundreds of squirrels, who completely unafraid of human presence, rush about in search of food inside the coconut, especially hung at eye level on the tree trunks. You now already know how much I love walking through the traditional markets. Since January to May, I explored so many markets that I totally lost count. And here in Pattaya, I had the chance to visit one more, with a special charm. I've been at the local fishing market early in the morning, located right on the beach. With your feet on the sand and waking up at sunrise, I could see the boats ending their night shift, and this was one of the most authentic experiences along my great journey. A full immersion through the ritual daily life of these fishermen. Something that on the other hand is difficult to find through floating markets. I also had in plan to visit the one here in Pattaya, but it's named more for tourists than for what they built for. So much that you have to pay a fee to enter and visit it. And even if I walked more than an hour under the scorching sun, I skipped it. And if you enjoyed this video guys, follow me for more content like this and see you in the next video. The local fish market is one of the most authentic places I have visited so far. A small, independent island that comes to life from the very early hours of the morning. Numerous wooden boats pull up to the shore to untangle the nets used during the night, selling their catch just a stone's throw from the water's edge, until the sun begins to beat down, a sign that it's time to leave. Here the threshold is practically non-existent, and my gaze, as it happens, ended up right there, in the back room, searching for that daily ritual that makes everything else possible. No temple, monks or religious rituals are needed. Here there are people who arrive, unload, organize, prepare, repeat, all within a microcosm that operates by its own rules, whilst Pattaya all around bustles with tourism and beach life. I don't have much else to say here. I am also enjoying more the beach life and spending less time exploring. And to be honest, there is plenty more to say about this city. And I'm not talking about the Sanctuary of Truth or the Big Buddha, but about a reality that for me is difficult to document, and I think I'm not allowed to take photographs. Just let me say that is a really sad reality. By the way, I was aware that in Pattaya I couldn't build a chapter as strong as the others, but my photographic journey is really coming into its own by returning to the country that welcomed me at the start of the great journey. In Bangkok, I proved I could keep control amidst the chaos. And here in Pattaya I've shown once again that my gaze naturally seeks out the slow, often forgotten rhythm of those simple actions that give meaning to life. I did my first portfolio review, based on the rhythm of places, studying the behavior between people and their context. But 12 photos are definitely not enough to explain my whole story along this great journey. So why not working on a book to publish? Now I know when a chapter is fundamental for the story and when it's just a strengthening of my vision. And also Pattaya can easily be part of the whole narration. Now I'm searching for rhythms automatically, and every chapter can be included in the storytelling about the growth of my vision. But some of them are going to be probably the beginning of new spin-offs. For example, thresholds became something that always captures my eye, but also those simple actions that make life possible and that I learned to call as ritual sacredness of life. And if you enjoyed this video guys, follow me for more content like this and see you in the next video.